Well, the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 is one of those devices that probably wouldn't be the first phone I would recommend people to buy, but if you were in the market and you wanted to go and buy an Android phone that was still somewhat supported with software, this is a really decent option. These phones have gone down in price so much so, in fact, that it probably would just make sense if you were even looking at buying some sort of like Android gaming handheld device. The Note 20 would probably be not that bad of an idea. The Note 20 Ultra would be much better, but the Note 20 I think is a really decent device. Now, the first thing I want to state is that with a device like the Galaxy Note 20, this thing has gone down in value quite a bit. It's not necessarily a $900 or $800 phone that it used to be. You can easily buy this thing all over the place for about $215 to about even less than $200, which is pretty insane. But around $200 to $250 easily you can buy one of the base model Galaxy Note 20s. And with a phone like this, you are, interestingly enough, getting a phone that looks very similar to something like a Pixel 7, which is kind of funny. You might just want to go and buy a Pixel 7 at that point too. And with the Note 20, you are getting a massive 6.7-inch Super AMOLED Plus display, 1080p, it looks very nice. I've never really had too many issues with this type of panel. And I think Samsung did a really decent job with this type of display. You're also getting the S Pen, which I love. That is a really cool feature that has now came back built into our Samsung Galaxy phones, which is always a really nice thing. Whenever Samsung brings back features they basically took away at one point, it's always a nice, treat. And I'm really glad Samsung did it with this device. You're also getting this like plastic back on this phone, which was always a weird thing. I don't even know why they did that in the first place. But the biggest thing and the biggest takeaway with something like the Note 20 is its camera capability, is its battery life, and the performance that this phone basically still has. So with its camera quality, it's a very decent sensor, triple camera setup, and with a wide telephoto and an ultra wide lens, you're getting 8K capability on the back and 4K at 60 on the front, which is really nice. Personally, for me, that is a really nice sweet spot of having a really decent camera. And for years, this phone's still going to be relevant, I would say, just because of the camera alone. On top of that, the performance of this phone, in my opinion, is still very decent. You have that Snapdragon 865 chipset inside, but you're also getting 8GB of RAM. The S23 still has 8GB, most phones, the Pixel 7 still has 8GB, although this may be a little bit slower, it's still a very good performing phone for the most part. And because this thing has that Snapdragon chipset, a lot of the games and a lot of applications are basically suited for this type of chipset. So even if you have a couple generations behind, it's still going to be very decent from the performance factor. And I would even say with the battery life being 4,300 mAh with reverse wireless charging, it's actually still a decent flagship phone. Like, there are still lots of reasons to love this phone. And of course, even though it has a plastic back and it's almost going to be done getting software support very soon, I still think it's in a very, very good spot. And personally, if you were in a situation where you were looking for a new phone, I don't think the Note 20 would be one that you would look over. And I think I would probably consider buying it. If you're planning on keeping it for like 2 years, it's not a bad phone, but if you're planning on keeping it for like 30 years, then yeah, this is probably not the one you want to pick up. So in terms of that kind of covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.